Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're working off of 2 hours of sleep because the baby willed it so, as Mr. Yo, playing as the Burgundians in red, gets ready to take on ACCM, playing as the Khmer or the Khmer in blue. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings with Scout and with Piggly Wigglies of all natures, and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Burgundians are very much an oddball civilization with some of the craziest features and upgrades in the entire game. To start with, they do focus primarily on cavalry, being the only civ in the game to have cavaliers in Castle Age, and their unique unit, the Coustelier, is a medium cavalry shock unit that does have a charge attack where every 40 seconds, a massive 20 or 25, if you are elite, is added to your attack. Now, to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Burgundian gunpowder units do come with 25% more attack, and they have access to a second unique unit, the Flemish Militiaman. This is a medium infantry unit with a decent attack bonus against cavalry, and if that's still not enough army for you, every single one of these villagers can be conscripted into the Burgundian army by being turned into a Flemish Militiaman, and that same upgrade, the Flemish Revolution, does allow even more Flemish militiamen to be trained out of the barracks. Now, to pay for their war machine, Burgundian stable techs are 50% cheaper. Their relics generate food in addition to gold. All economic upgrades are available in Age earlier and cost less food, and their farmers can be upgraded to generate a small amount of gold while they work and till their farms. Now, to the north, we've got ACCM as the Khmer, the Khmer in blue. Man, oh man, a civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. To start with, their scorpions do come with extra range and can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Their battle elephants move faster and can be upgraded to hit even harder with a +3 attack. And their unique unit is quite possibly one of the most annoying, hardest units to deal with head on. I am talking about the ballista elephant, which is exactly as it sounds. It's a big old elephant unit with a giant ballista on its back that can also be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Now, in order to take advantage of these bonuses, these upgrades, the Khmer have to get their butts up to Castle and Imperial ASAP with a lot of food in the bank. So to help them do this, they do come with a few pretty damn cool features of their own. To start with, you do not need any structures to go up to the next age. There is no two-structure prerequisite at all. If you take a look at the top side of your screen near ACCM's name, you notice that unlike Mr. Yo, there are no indicators showing any prerequisites. As long as you've got the resources, you can head up to the next age. Second, once you hit the next age, all buildings are available to you from that age, meaning you don't have to build, for example, a blacksmith to get a siege workshop or a barracks to get a stable. Everything is open to you the second you hit the next age. And lastly, to help them super duper spam units in the late stages of the game, their farmers don't need to drop off food at all. No need to go to the mill, no need to go to the town center. They, as long as they're on their fields, as long as they're on the farm, you'll see eventually when our ACCM does get a farm out, the number of food units just goes up a unit every single little while. Now, Khmer villagers themselves are also harder to raid because they can just run away and hide inside these houses. And once the danger passes, they can ungarrison and go about their business. Those are the two civilizations. Our Khmer, off the back of only 16 villagers, is already heading up to feudal. It looks like our Burgundian does have Loom queued up, but already at 18 going up to 19 villagers. So Mr. Yo is going to be a little bit more economically secure in the immediate stages right now, but we'll see whether or not that bites him in the ass. He's still about 100 food away. We'll see if he gets that by the time Loom completes. Probably not, or maybe, I don't know. Now that he puts his villagers in the town center, oh, he's still 25 shy, but gets a little bit more. And the second Loom completes, he himself heads up to feudal. A good time for us to actually check out where the resources are located. Primary gold for Mr. Yo, primary stone, both off to the side, and additional resources, 2 gold patches out in the forward position, and an additional stone patch very far off campus to the side, a little bit more secure than those forward facing gold patches. Our Khmer, primary gold and stone both to the back, and then 1, 2, 3 additional patches in the forward position. East side of his base, very nice and secure. West side, completely open, absolutely open. Our Burgundian, open to the west as well, but not as bad as our Khmer, and open to the east as well, but also not as bad as about this? This is just completely open. So overall, the base is not too dissimilar, not too terrible. Mr. Yo choosing to create a bit of a funnel here instead of a massive wall off. Has he explored the outer reaches of his base? Yes, he has. So he knows he's very open to the east. So he's just creating a bit of a funnel here so that ACCM is going to take town center fire if he inserts himself into his base and is not careful. Speaking of bases, Mr. Yo has now discovered exactly where his opponent is. ACCM likewise has seen where his opponent is and has already got a second scout out on the map as Mr. Yo hits Feudal. And you see how he hesitated. That scout stopped here. That was not the game glitching. That was ACCM wondering, should I risk going south or should I explore more and try to engage here from the east? But a spearman is already here. Poke, 18 damage down. And look at this. Blue chasing red out of his base. Red chasing blue out of his base. Both players getting the hell out of each other's bases. Although blue chasing very far. Runs into another spearman and backs away immediately. Economic upgrades for Mr. Yo. Remember, the Burgundians, again, they have economic upgrades available an age earlier, and they cost, I think, a third less food, if I'm not mistaken. That being said, he was housed there for a second. And Mr. Yo, who loves taking relics, should probably put a concerted effort into getting relics on this map. How many has he seen? That is not a relic. That is an ibex. He has not seen any relics yet. Okay, right as I say that, discovers his first relic. Has not seen this one. Has not seen this one. This one very sour, very close to a scouting, and this one is also unseen. So he has yet to discover. Ooh, that shaped up really well for ACCM there. He loses 3 scouts in total so far. Looks like 1 scout here, but he managed to get 2 villagers. What's the HP on the remaining scouts? Go, he's got to be so careful. Oh, that house. Ooh, I think the game glitched out. I'm noticing more and more. Let me know in the comments below. Do you notice your game glitching out when you watch it back or when you play it? But man, the placement of that house was fantastic. It forced his scout to take a split-second different reroute. Like his GPS was recalculating the route, and while it did that, he paused for just a microsecond, a nanosecond, and that gave Mr. Yo enough time to catch up and kill him. But now both players, 3 scouts in each other's bases. Spearman is here to greet. Ooh, look at that maneuvering out of ACCM. Beautiful. Now he's going to get a villager as well. Fantastic play out of him so far. Good micro, 5 kills to 2. And Mr. Yo's not going to find any entry into this Khmer base. It is completely walled off. So great moves out of our blue Khmer so far. Oh no. HP. Oh, look at the HP. The villagers are absolutely trying to chase this one weaker scout. Oh, I thought for sure the spearman was going to get the weaker scout. No. Instead, the villagers managed to surround and get 1 scout. But now, okay, he's not trapped, which means he's going to escape. Villager destroys the palisade and wanders out. Now the villager knows he's okay because A, reinforcements are on the way, and B, there was a spearman there, and C, that scout had like no HP. So I think the villager was pretty damn safe and secure to come out of his hiding spot and complete the wall off, which I think Mr. Yo to the south. I wonder if he's queued up this villager to do it, or if there's another villager heading over here. It kind of looks like the tiger got the villager kill. Oh no, I was wondering if he queued it up, but then I noticed that the dead body in the middle of those palisades. So both players trying to bait each other. 2 master baiters. LOL. And man, oh man, I love it when nature fights back. The tiger here. Poor villager. Look at it just standing over its kill. Mr. Yo says, nah, not on my watch. You sick tiger. Pervy jokes are okay, but tigers looking at their kills is definitely not. Okay, let's see if he's completed the wall off to the west. And now he's going to complete the wall off to the east. No real pressure here from ACCM. So these 3 scouts are going to be more than enough to deal with the nothing that is popping out of the ether on the east. As ACCM runs back home, will he run into a spearman? Looks like it. Let's take a look at the bases as the players kind of disengage temporarily. We've got 4 archers on the way. He's got the archery range. He's got the blacksmith. He's got the stable. So ACCM, and by the way, look at the top right of your screen. Look at the food count going up, up, up. Notice that these villagers are not running to any town center, not running to do anything. Another scout bites the dust. So Mr. Yo is equalizing the kill count slightly, 5 kills to 6, but he's down 4 villager kills, which explains why ACCM is 5 villagers ahead. And there we go. The food disappears. Our Khmer clicks up to Castle Age. Mr. Yo still needs 49.39 food before he can do that. Although gets that right away and clicks up as well about, what, 20 seconds behind his opponent? Not terrible at all. Let's see what kind of infrastructure he's built. Oh, a nice another poke. Another poke and a prod. The stable, the blacksmith, no archery range for him. Ooh, look at our Burgundian. 6 villagers on stone. And now he's going to hang out here. Oh, 4 scouts might be able to get this palisade gate. I say 4. The 4th one backs off. Incredibly weak. Spearman continuing to chase. 3, I'm not too sure about. Oh, especially not when archers pop out. 1 down before Mr. Yo even notices. And they go right into the trap. But whose trap is it? Whose trap is it? The spearman is not going to do anything against 6, 7 archers. And where are you, Mr. Weak HP? You are now on relic scouting duty, and you're going to run, if you go right, your left, our right, and you're going to discover another relic. Another scout dies. Good catch there, by the way, by Mr. Yo. He's the one who killed the scout while being chased by 7 archers and 3 scouts. Somehow manages to micro well enough. Ooh, now he's taking the high ground to catch a scout unawares. But our Khmer is in Castle Age. Another stable being plopped down for him. And he wants to bust into here in 20 seconds. These are going to be crossbows with +2 attack and range. A castle. This is why he had 6 villagers on stone. And luckily for him, the stone is right here, exactly where ACCM is attacking into. So the very, very well-placed castle will go up. ACCM needs to back out of here ASAP. I don't think he's going to kill many villagers, if at all. And the longer he stays here, the more fire he's going to take from the castle. Okay, now decides to run away. Oh, at the worst time, Mr. Yo pulls villagers from constructing the castle. ACCM escapes to safety. The castle is up. The right side of Mr. Yo's base is secure. So what does ACCM do? Immediately pivots to the other side, attacking a barracks. Knights are now out, 5 in total to augment the 2 scouts that have survived from the Dark Age, the Feudal Age. And let's take a look at populations. Our Khmer, 6 villagers ahead. So he's maintaining a small villager lead, factoring in the 4 that he killed already. But Mr. Yo doesn't have stone for a town center, but that's okay because our blue Khmer isn't building another town center anyway. Even though now he's down 7 villagers is our Burgundian. And not much he can do here, not with these crossbows with +2 attack and range. 7 tiles means that any villager who's silly enough to try to repair this, he's going Cousteliers. Okay. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. His farmers need to pivot in a different direction. Let's take a look at the stat. It should be a +20 attack. And of course, he's got forging, so it becomes +21. And this is a kill zone for Mr. Yo. I don't know if he should be entering into here. I don't know if he really should be entering in here. Yeah, okay, he's backing out. Or rather, ACCM, I don't know if he should be entering in there. Sorry, I don't know if Mr. Yo should have been engaging. And I don't know if ACCM should be entering. This is a kill zone. He is not leaving this alive, is my prediction. All 13, 15 of these units are going to die. The question is, how much damage are they going to get done? More and more villager kills. 8 villager kills in total have racked up. Monk is healing up these Cousteliers. How many are there now? 8 of them. Remember, once they... I was going to say a very disgusting thing. Once they complete their charge attack, their base attack is an 8. Which means they are a hit and run unit if I've ever seen one. What they're not is a unit like this that should be engaging with a knight. Burgundians don't get bloodlines, which means the 115 HP they have is basically all you get. Oh no, but ACCM is pressing the issue. Like I said, I don't think he's escaping this base. Mysterio needs to wall this off immediately. He's got the wood. Build another barracks. Build a stable. Build something. Trap these units inside. 15 has become 11 with 3 reinforcements. 2 more show up. No, 2 more show up and 2 more leave. They say, we want no part of this. Forget this. And now ACCM, not exactly the most efficient use of his army, but look, 1, 2 town centers popping up for him. As long as he can keep Mr. Yo occupied, he's got 11 villager kills. He's ahead 17 villagers, as long as he can stick around, as long as he can keep his up with his little blue knight. He is doing an amazing job, because the longer Mr. Yo is stuck here in this base, the more ACCM will just leap ahead economically. And now again, those units are trapped. Leading Mr. Yo on a chase inside his own base as these knights take arrow fire from the town center. They're at a 0 attack, +1 armor only. Yikes. I mean, ACCM's got the food and the gold, but he is just pumping out more and more knights. And now he's going out and getting relics. 3 knights to the south here, rather the east. 1 dies to the castle. 1 looks like he's about to get converted. No, the faint sniper line disappears, and the Coustiliers have their way with these blue knights and now pivot to get rid of the last 2. I really wonder what the math is, because even though the Coustilier does attack on an 8, that immediate attack, let's assume they both didn't have any attack upgrades, so it would be a 28 attack versus a 10. That 28 minus the knight's armor, I wonder if that initial attack is enough so that the lower follow-up attack of 8 is still enough to get rid of that knight, or if the knight takes it. Remember, the Coustiliers do take a long time to recharge their mojo. 40 seconds, I believe it takes, for them to get their charge groove back. Now he's starting to expand out onto the map. Monk sees monk, sees monk, sees shorefish, sees knights. Oh, look at that backstab, focusing on the knights to the left. The slight cav comes in from the right, and he converts a Coustilier, but pays for it with his life. A fantastic little set of plays here. Now this Coustilier is going to run away. Is our player doubling down? Yes, he is. 13 of them. Our Khmer, what is he doing? He has stopped producing units entirely. He has 2 relics, so no extra food for the Burgundian. A 4th town center completes for ACCM as well. Oh man, I mean, look at the villager lead. 36 villagers. He has almost double the villagers of his opponent. Mr. Yo is now on a clock. Very much on a clock. I mean, even if he had these 12 villagers somehow revived back to life Warcraft magic style, he still would be light years behind. So he has to make a decision now. Does he turtle up and go economic, which kind of seems like he is, although these 2 town centers are not very secure at the moment. Does he turtle up? Does he try to compete with ACCM economically? Because militarily, they're both at the same military count. The difference is ACCM can sustain it and can rebuild it with 87 villagers. Mr. Yo with 47. Now he's down 40 villagers. Cannot rebuild his army, but if he catches clumps, ACCM is going to absolutely wreck this for our Burgundian in the next 2 minutes. I say Mr. Yo's on a clock. That clock's not even going to start if he keeps splitting up his units like this. Right now, the only thing he's got going for him is his military numbers, and he is carving them up into small groups. Why are you doing this? I mean, he doesn't have the God's eye vision that we have as casters and viewers, right? But if you suspect that your opponent has similar or a bigger army than yours, I mean, I don't know that necessarily carving your army up into small attack groups is really the way to go. That being said, what the hell do I know? Let's see him take a fight here. Now his army supply is concentrated. 15 of 18 is here. And this is now an army that ACCM has to be weary of. Let's take a look at his upgrades on his knights. +1/+1. Mr. Yo +1/+1 as well. Getting stone mining. Okay, he's got 10 villagers on stone. So if you're going to double down on unique units, you might as well build another castle to train them out of. And no, a knight, monk. I don't know why the hell I confuse monks with knights all the time. Both players losing a monk, not a knight. And now our Khmer has 4 Cousteliers of his own. And he feels confident enough to go out onto the map with the castle. Mr. Yo, emergency eyeballs on the map. Does not want to get caught by surprise. Ooh, he's going to see the castle when it goes up. Where are the villagers coming from? Oh my god, they're coming from a mile away. Big battle shaping out here. Looks like players are trading blows. Will kill for a kill, but a Coustelier lies dead. But they're on the high ground now. They were on the high ground a second ago. I got way too excited. Now they're on the low ground for some bizarre reason. Mysterio was taking this fight, loses another Coustelier, but manages to get a traitor. Manages to kill that traitorous converted Coustelier. Another Coustelier dies. Another. So many of them dying. Monsieur trying to stop this castle from going up, but too few units. Take a look at it now. Oh man, 45 villagers ahead, double the army supply basically. Now the knights are at a +2 attack, which means the disparity in attack is growing even more. But Mysterio gets a conversion here. Now these knights fresh off the heels of killing somewhere a whole bunch of Cousteliers are back in front of the castle. There are no villagers here, it seems like. So Mysterio delayed temporarily the castle from going up. Light Cav attacking a house. Knights attacking knights and Cousteliers. But he's not going to be able to delay it forever. It's already at 86, 87%. And that's it. Mysterio pushed back. And yet again, a Light Cav butts its way in here. How? Oh man, this is open. And Mysterio, why are you taking this incredibly exposed wood line? Do you not see the one in the back? Light cavalry attacking a market. Light Coustelier, not a light anything, it's a Coustelier attacking a castle with no murder holes, and ACCM is heading up to Imperial. Look at Mr. Yo's resources. He doesn't have even if you were to add food and gold, which I don't know why you would, but if you would in this hypothetical bizarre mathematics of my deranged mind, he doesn't even have 1,000 resources. But he is yet again inside is ACCM, and man, oh man, Coustelier attack upgrades. Okay, now they're at a +2, +1. So their base attack jumps to a 10. And these knights have not improved their armor. So they are still at just a 3 armor. But again, they take the high ground. Again, Mr. Yo not taking the high ground. And his villagers have to escape into the town center here. Remember, here they heal. Oops, I was confusing civilizations there for a second, because of course I was. The chase continues. The knights. And again, I think ACCM, look at his pathing. I think ACCM is just happy to run around in a circle. Probably zoomed out, held down the shift key, clicked here, 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 and just did a big old circle. Because as long as he can keep Mr. Yo's army at home, again, look at the villager lead now. 52 villagers, 53 villagers ahead. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Even with an army supply that's lower than his opponent, he's going to be in Imperial in 35 seconds. Mr. Yo has just absolutely doubled down on Castle Age. Decides to delete his own gate there. Why did he do that? Not too sure why he did that. Another castle for him. So he's going up to 3 castles. Coustelier production is going to be, I mean, full steam ahead. The problem is ACCM is producing more and more knights. And is he going to go? Yes, of course he's going to go Cavaliers. And once these Cavaliers are out, if Mr. Yo doesn't have elite Cousteliers, I mean, I'm going to put them side by side here. Maybe after this battle. No, the battle's not happening. Look at the side by side statistics. HP is identical. Movement speed identical, base armor identical, but look at the attack. 2 less attack. Coustelier also, I think, attacks slower at 1.9 second versus 1.8 second delay. But once these jump up to Cavaliers, this similarity, which is, again, not a terrible dissimilarity here, and the Coustelier's lower attack is offset by its massive charge attack. But once these are Cavaliers, man, oh man, are the statistics going to change in our Khmer's favor. And I'm still holding these units. We'll see in 17 seconds. Take a look at the bottom of your screen here. This knight will be replaced by a Cavalier, and then look at that base attack, then look at the HP, and now look at it. 12 base attack, 140 HP, and look at that melee armor. 5 melee armor compared to 3. So charge attack be damned, these Cavaliers are gonna do a much better job. I guess not if they're converted. Ooh, although here this might be bad for our Khmer. This might be real bad for our Khmer here if these Custeliers keep getting their charge attacks off. I'm trying to highlight bars because we're not seeing the units anyway. They're all clumped. No, our Custeliers take a massive, terrible fight and retreat in shame, but they're retreating south. They are pivoting. They want to get this trebuchet. They forget want. They need to get the trebuchet. A knight. Okay. The only way I can explain this knight, I guess, is it was a Khmer knight that was converted by the Burgundians and then reconverted by the Khmer. Castle to the north falls. We've got a big fight here. This is not a fight the Custeliers can take, not in an open field like this. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? You are stuck in Castle Age. Your opponent's an Imperial. I mean, you don't see it, but we see that he's going now to add pikemen and halberdiers. And man, oh man, ACCM putting on such good pressure. Not really attacking directly. If you notice, Mr. Yo, you guys know I call him the king of holds. Didn't really have to hold very much in this game. If you notice, there was no real direct pressure. There was no siege workshop. There was no monastery. There was no castle. There was nothing pressuring the actual base, the settlement. What there was twice, maybe a third time with the light cavalry here, although ignore that, maybe twice, big chunks of cavalry and army here, first with the crossbows and the knights, then with the knights alone, that just kept Mr. Yo pinned back. And not only did he have a deficit of villagers, his villagers had to keep running into town centers to survive the safety. Look how exposed, look how much of a risk he has to take just to get gold here. Meanwhile, ACCM back at home, I mean, look at this, untouched, pristine base. I don't think Mr. Yo managed to even get this palisade gate down with those initial light cav or scouts, whatever the hell attacked them when those archers popped out in Feudal. But man, oh man, ACCM putting on an absolute clinic on how to keep a pressure on your opponent, so much so that you just boom behind it. And Mr. Yo, like I said, there was always a clock on him, especially when he was down 40 villagers to 80 or whatever it was, 47 to 87. You're down half the villager count. You have a very hard decision to make. And his decision was, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to add a few Custeliers. I'm going to go up to 97 villagers. Unfortunately, I don't think you have that option. You either have to boom economically and pray that your opponent doesn't surprise you, or maybe boom economically and try to distract your opponent the way ACCM distracted you, or you double down in Castle Age and you stay on the back of 60, 70, maybe high 70s villagers and just continually pump out Custeliers. But he tried to have his cake and eat it too. He tried to bust out of his contain. He tried to get as many resources as possible, which is kudos to him. But what that means is here, army supply 13 to 36. And these Custeliers, by the way, are fully, not Custelier, the Cavaliers are now fully upgraded with blast furnace, completing the Custeliers, no blast furnace, and still missing the last 2 armor upgrades. Man, what an absolute epic game here. ACCM not really attacking in multiple locations, mostly in one location, but one location was good enough. Mr. Yo just lost way too many villagers. 65 Custeliers, 81 Cavaliers, but who's kidding who? Most of the game, these were knights. Peak APM for both players right at the beginning / middle of the game. Not a very high intensity game for either. Economically, oh my god. How is Mr. Yo head in stone? He's not playing the Koreans. How the hell did this happen? Or the Poles? What the hell is this? In every other resource, he's down in a major way. Relics. Our Khmer also took 3 to the 1 of our Burgundian conversions. Mr. Yo with more conversions, but did lose 6. 10 conversions on a 120 peak army is about 10% of the army. 9 or high 8%. Not a bad conversion ratio. Kill count also very identical. But Mr. Yo, I think, realizes that now that his Custeliers are dead, he is not an Imperial. He's got the resources. Whoa, man, was he going up to Imperial? Did I miss it? Yeah, he had just clicked up to Imperial. So not only does he have to get his butt up to Imperial, then he has to upgrade these to Elite. Then he's got to make sure they have the upgrades, because once these guys go up to Elite, their HP is actually pretty not terrible. I think it jumps up to 145, and their base attack jumps up to a 10 versus a base of a 12. And they do have access to all 6 blacksmith upgrades, although without bloodlines. Ugh. I mean, come on. Burgundian's more of a Castle Age Cavalier. You know, otherwise with bloodlines, it would just be way too unfair. Imagine fully upgraded, powerful Cavaliers in Castle Age. But in any event, that did not happen. ACCM kept his opponent pinned back as long as he needed to, and now he's out on the map. Now he's going to start putting pressure with a much more powerful army, and with that powerful army, slaughters a whole bunch of Custeliers here, takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.